Let's see how we calculate weighted average. So to understand that in Power BI, let's first understand how it works in Excel. So I have some data here which is like businesses. I've got three businesses, and then each business has some product, and I have some quantity sold, and this is the sales amount that is generated. So now the average price is sales divided by quantity. So if I were to make a pivot table and put business quantity sales, this is fine. So it totals up the sum of quantity, it totals the entire sales. But if I click on average price and I use this in the pivot table, it would be wrong, because what we are saying here is we sold 91 of quantity for HD and we generated a sales of 502 at an average price of 32. So what we're doing here is for HD, so all these cells, that is 91, which is fine, this is 502, which is fine, and this we are saying we are doing a sum of this, so that's not true. So this is a very incorrect average price. So how would we do that is like either we create a calculated field in the pivot table, or if you would have to do it manually, first you would say quantity of total HD business, so that would be the sum of these entire values, and then not and then the sum of these, yes, and then you would say sales divided by 91, so which is 5.51. So this is how it has to be calculated. So you have to find the average price for each row and then find it out. So this would not be right. So 32 is not at all right. The reason is, if you see, the average price for each of the products is around 6 or 4, so it can be in the same range but not 32. So how we do that in Power BI? Now in Power BI, if you load the same data and if you calculate the average price as a field, or if you load it from Excel directly, you would have it wrong. You would have the same result as you had in the pivot table. So that's the reason we use SUMX formula to find out the weighted average price. And I'm sorry, click on this, I've already calculated it. So this is the average price, 5.52, which is what we got here for the business HD. Now let's see in the next video how this is done. This is very important to understand how we calculate weighted averages.